A lot of times when we're playing, we play too loud. And when you play too loudly, what happens is your sound cuts off on you. Now that was a good chorus you just played, but I want you to get the feeling of how your sound resonates when you relax and you just allow your personality to come through that sound. It's like when you're in an argument with somebody, you know, sometimes it's better to whisper. When you really get mad, you say, man, didn't I tell you not to tell me that? And it makes the person who you're arguing with come closer to you. And in music, the ability to play softer allows you to relax. Because nowadays, music is just too loud a lot of the times. It's violent almost. So I want you to try that same chorus, just at a softer volume. 1, 2, or 1, 2, Now another thing is in jazz soloing, you present ideas like on a chorus of blues, you want to develop the ideas. Once again, like talking. If you're having a conversation with somebody, you don't want to just jump all over the place. And jazz music is the same. You get a theme, and when you get that theme, milk it. Turn it around, twist it in a different shape, play it in different keys. So I want you to give me a theme, and I'm going to give you an example. Just play anything for me. That's a long theme, but I'm going to do what I can with it. See what I'm talking about? Yes. When you listen to good sounds, then you're able to develop a good sound. It's just like trying to learn the language. You want to listen to people who can speak that language, and it will teach you how to speak it properly. So now we're going to listen to Mr. Randall Haywood, and he's going to play a Charlie Parker composition entitled The Cool Blues. Now here are my final 4 ways to practice. Don't show off. First, because nobody will like you. I remember when I was in high school, I would always play gigs, and I would do this thing called circular breathing. That's where you breathe in through your nose while you breathe out through your mouth. And it enables you to play for 10 minutes without stopping. Like, so anyway, I could keep doing this all night. Every time I would have a solo, I would do this. And I remember my father, who's a jazz pianist, he told me once, son, those who play for applause, that's all they get. So that was a great lesson for me, because I would sacrifice the idea of music just to show off this thing, because I knew the audience would clap for it. So when you're playing, you don't want to show off. You want to always play music. That's the only way you can grow and develop. You have to find a balance. Number 10, think for yourself. Methods are just ways to do something that work for most people. You might think a different way that would be better for you. It's like if you look at the Olympics or any track and field competition, watch the high jump. And they do this thing called the Fosbury flop, where they run and they turn around and they jump backwards. Now, for many years, everybody jumped over the bar this way. But there's one guy, Fosbury, he figured he would jump backwards. Now, of course, at first, everybody laughed at him because they weren't used to that. But now everybody jumps that way. So you don't want to become a robot. When your teacher tells you something, work on it, but think about other things, because you might have another way to do it that will work better for you. On the other hand, don't dismiss what you're taught just because you're too lazy to practice it. It's like those free throws that we were talking about, or too proud. Number 11, be optimistic. How you feel about living in the world is who you are. When you're optimistic, the world is always wonderful or becoming wonderful. When you're pessimistic, you have a bad time. And there's nothing worse than pessimism coming through a horn. It's like the great Art Blakey used to always say. He's a very great jazz drummer. Music washes away the dust of everyday life from your feet. So whatever you choose to do, nobody wants to be around somebody complaining all the time. You have to think like the blues. Yes, things are bad, but they're going to get better. That's right. Now, my final one, number 12. That's the thing that we've been talking about throughout all of these sessions that we've done. Look for connections to other things. No matter what you're doing, everything is related. We talked about building a house, practicing your free throws, concentrating, getting along in a group. Now, one day when you get married, you're going to have to think about all these things. Believe me. Now, Yo-Yo and I are going to look for a connection between what I do and what he does in this performance of Mood Indigo. And we certainly hope that you all enjoy this. Thank you.